This is a standalone flowchart, and this is if you're asked to inspect a building following an earthquake. The same procedure could be used for either cyclone damage or even flooding damage. It's the same principle. If your building's been damaged by an environmental effect, then you may be asked to inspect and report on the adequacy of that building and whether they should be occupying the building and using it. So again, you need to consider the risks and don suitable personal protective equipment. See what restrictions are currently in place, because they may just be putting plastic tape around the building to stop people going in as well, which may not be adequate. Collect the drawings and any previous reports. So hopefully you may have had previous experience with this building, as you or your company may have been involved in the inspection on previous occasions. So work from the outside to the in. So you inspect the exterior of the building, and if necessary, look at any temporary propping that's been put in. Once you're content with that, you can inspect the interior of the building once you've deemed it adequately safe to go in. Record the condition of both the inside and the outside, as well as the temporary structures, temporary works, scaffolding, and so on. And then compare those to what was recorded last time, if there has been a previous record. Obvious questions. Is anything more distorted than it was before? I.e., are the walls and columns plumb? Do they line up? Do the columns compare with a 2-meter spirit level? So if you get a long spirit level is usually a very useful tool to have around when measuring the fall of floors and the alignment of walls and columns and so on. Then you can look at any parts. Have they been damaged? Are there any more cracks than last time? Is there any cracking in concrete encasement to steelwork, for example? Are more parts in visible distress? So are there any cladding bolts missing or loose? Are there gaps in the cladding sheets? So one of the clues will be your building is now leaking where it wasn't before. There's some bolts missing or the bolts are loose, and you can usually rattle them around by hand. And other aspects, for example, ceiling panels. Are they sagging excessively? And one of the causes for excessive sagging is they're soggy, and they're soggy because the roof has leaked on them, and so on. So you compile defect record sheets, preferably with a location of that defect together with a photo. The big question is, are those defects structurally significant? Yes, then you need to notify the client that it's not safe to open. If those defects are not structurally significant, you may want to put small restrictions in local areas, but generally the facility will be in a safe condition to operate.